Hello, hello, beautiful chicks. This is Grace here. It is Friday. You may not be watching this on a Friday, but I'm recording it on a Friday morning, and Fridays at 11 a.m. I'm generally live here on YouTube, and today we're doing something a little bit different because I got a call from my college son who is coming home today unexpectedly. He's got some banking business to do and some things that he needs my help with. So I'm going to, at the time I'm normally live, I'll be hanging out with him and getting him to the bank and walking him through some adult things that he needs to take care of. Young adult learning how to do his banking and all that jazz. So anyway, I'm going to be doing that today at 11, but I didn't want to miss time with you. So I've got together for us today a very good project for what's going on in the world. I think I'm feeling pretty heavy with what's going on, and I just needed a little something soothing. And so the project I'm going to share with you today, I would consider it craft therapy. I sometimes call this tired crafting, and I'll explain that a bit in the video while we're creating together. But thank you for being here. Thanks for being my friend. Thanks for sharing your creative world with me. I do have a free crafting community over on Facebook called the Crafty Chicks Club. You're welcome to join us there. And if you decide to make what we're making today and give your hand at it, please share some of your photos there in the Crafty Chicks Club on Facebook. We would love to see them. All right, catch you next time. Hey friends, welcome, welcome. You caught me in the middle of prepping for this video, and I thought, why am I not recording this for you? Join me. Today I'm going to be stamping on fabrics to make embellishments for junk journals. So I'm going through my bin and looking for very neutral. This isn't neutral. It's too busy. If I stamp on that, you're not going to see it. So very neutral. It can have a pattern. Neutral fabrics can have a pattern. It just needs to be not very busy so that a stamped image will appear on it. So I'm just going through my scraps. Oh, perfect. First, and separating them kind of by size right there, just to see what I have. Now I could, this one's kind of questionable. I probably could stamp in black or a really dark brown with this. So let's pull these two. Not sure. We'll see what we get. It's a great way to use up your scraps. Okay, these I'm not using. I know that for sure. These are kind of specialty fabrics, so I won't be using those. You know, let me show you what I mean. Like, can't stamp on that or that. So those are not going to work. These are itty bitties. I mean, they're pretty small. I could still stamp on that and make something of that. So let's pull that one. They're supposed to be small. Uh-oh, what are you doing in there? You're way too big for in there. Move back there. Get back to your home. I generally, I feel like I have a good bit of order, a little bit of order to this, and then I come in here and I realize when I'm doing recorded videos, I don't necessarily always pay attention to my order. So this is what we get. Things that are not ordered. So I'm just looking for anything that's pretty dark, but it's a really pretty color, and I don't really have anything that color. Let's see if we can use that. What is everybody up to this morning or today? If you're watching this in the afternoon, don't want to leave you out. How are you? What's happening in your world? What is going on? Talk to me, friends. Love it when you visit in the comments. Let me know where you're coming in from. If you're new here, please tell me so I can give you a big old welcome to the Comfy Nest with Grace. It's an unusual shape. I don't know. It might get used for something someday. Something someday. Oh, I love it all, like just the basic plain fabrics. That makes it really easy. Look at how much I've taken out actually of my bin here. Actually quite a bit. I have another bin like this, so let's grab it. This is just, I mean, I used to throw all of my scraps of anything, papers, book pages, fabric, all of it into what I call the bits and bobs bin. It has a little bit of everything. And then I had so many fabric scraps that I decided to just dedicate 2 of these little bins to it. Now I could stamp on that, but it's long and skinny. I think this is all my long and skinnies. So I think I'll just save those for other things. This is probably in the wrong spot, so let me get it where I want it. And these are some more unusual, like this is flannels and fleece and skinnies. So nothing in there. Now, I did buy these off of somebody. I don't remember where, maybe on Etsy. And this one would lend itself to being stamped. It seems very summer to me. I'm gonna grab it anyway. Let's see what we can do with that. And you can join the party. Come on over. Join the party. Let's have some fun. Okay, we got some. And I wanted to make a bunch. I did make some, I think this was on Facebook. I did make some, maybe it was in my membership club. I did make some weeks ago, I started to say. And I really love having them. So I want to make more, and then I will dedicate a folder just to stamped fabrics for like little mini clusters. That's the idea. That's the idea I'm going for here. Coffee break. Cheers to you. All right, now the stamps. Now we get out the stamps. So I'm gonna grab, I have a couple of different bins with stamps. And the one that I'm gonna grab has more of my small. I'm gonna grab this little piece of foamy stuff to stamp on because that's super helpful. I do love me some numbers. These are, you can see, postage markings. That would be good. So I'm going through my stamps to just see what's here and see what would make sense to use. You hear all the cellophane? Well, that cellophane ripped to high heaven. Let's just get rid of that. I think it was covering this set, which has, these are good too. So many years and one yesterday. They're just little quotes and some little graphics. That might be a good one to have. I have this book. I don't know. I bought this book on Amazon for my stamps. And though in theory, it actually works pretty good. It also has magnetic sheets in it so it can hold your dies. I don't use a lot of dies. I honestly don't. So I don't have a lot back here. I just don't use them very often. But the stamps, I like the idea of this. Oh, these are really good for this project. I don't know if I love this little system. How do you keep your stamps? These flat acrylics. Do you have a book like this? Tell me in the comments how you do it. I do actually like the birds. So maybe we should take, you know what, I don't want to lose my spot on a lot of these, so I'm just going to keep this book here and next to me, and we'll go through it when we need it. Oh, I have this whole set with little birds and bugs. I would like to have a good variety of different types of stamps, so stamped images. I'm looking through what I got here. Let's see here. These are all too big for what I'm looking for. They're fabulous, but they're all too big. Okay, almost through all of these. Thinking of you, good times, love ya. Those would work, these little. All right, let's start with what we got here. I just keep finding new ones. I'll just keep this box next to me on the floor. Let's grab some stamps and get going. Let's do it. Let's do it. Do you guys pre-stamp things? I'm going to put these off to the side to choose from, so you can see my fabric again. Do you pre-stamp things for use in your junk journals? I guess what I'll do is just lay out some of these fabrics. Now, I prefer actually like little squares. However, I guess I could see something like this with a stamp on it, perhaps scrunched up and glued down onto the corner of a page I think that would work real good. So I'm going to put it this position. I'm going to stamp down here, leave that open. Trying to think ahead to how I might use these. I've got to get rid of all these little errant, all these like little rogue pieces of thread. Uh-oh, I feel a sneeze coming. God bless us all. God bless us all. All right, this one I'm not so sure about, but let's put it down. It looks like I have a lot of long skinnies here. Let's just do it. That one's not so long. So we're going to keep with this positioning for these. I'd like to have, like I said, a variety of some that are smaller, larger, horizontal, portrait positioned. This one feels to me like it needs to go this way though. So let's hold on to that one. We're going to do all the long skinnies first. Now this one is that, oh, I thought this was one big strip. It is not. Here, these 3 are going to need a white ink, right? Because you're not going to be able to see a brown or a black. All the other ones can have brown or black. So we're going to start brown. Here's my white one. Let's just see what other colors might. Doesn't always have to be brown or black. Like a green would look really nice. I think I'm actually going to stay away from black. It's either going to be brown or, let's see what else we have here. Let's just stick with the brown. Let's just do brown. It'll make it so much easier, wouldn't it? And I'm going to grab one of these wipes so that I can easily, quickly clean them. I'm just going to put a couple of these off to the side right here. All right, here we go. And one other thing that may be helpful would be the acrylic blocks. I want to have those close by because these are all acrylic. Okay, let's do a couple of these. Man, I sneezed and now I feel like I have the sniffles. And I think it's an allergy thing. I don't think I have a cold. I think it's allergies. This one a lot, but that, I don't know. Oh, it will fit there. And there. I do like this one a lot. Arrived. And then it just has some numbers and letters. Will it fit this way? Oh, it just fits on here. I mean, it just fits on some of these. Not, oh, wrong color. I'm going to go with the brown. Starting with the brown. Boy, this stamp pad has seen better days, it appears. I don't know. I'm going to go with this one because it'll definitely fit here. Yeah. That's it, girls. That's it. And then we're going to make a stash of them so that I can use them in my junk journals. Now, this one's pretty wrinkled up. You can see that big crease right down the middle. That doesn't bother me too much. I mean, if it bugs you, go ahead and iron them. That's just not who I am. I'm not going to be ironing little scraps. I think I'm going to put this one on here too, even though it's just going to go off the edge. Yeah. It didn't come nearly as dark as that. See how this pattern, this is a perfect example, how a pattern can distract from the stamp. This has a slight batik pattern to it. It's very light and slight, but look at the difference in how this one shows up and this one just is a little bit more difficult to see. It's not the worst thing in the world, but that's what you get. These can go in my pile though. Those are done. Let's clear this off. I'm not too particular about that, but I do like to give it a little wipe down, and then we'll grab a different one. And now I think I need something that's not so long and skinny. So this is the next one we'll use. It's a round. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry for the sniffles. It feels so rude. It's just not something I can help. So if you're out there hanging out and you are one of the folks going on the crafty cruise with us in February, please give me a shout out in the comments. You guys, I'm just about done. That did not show up at all on there. So we're going to have to do black, I think, on like these colors. It's just not going to work. This one, I'm going to go right in the middle because this piece isn't that big. The other thing is, by the way, I don't know that I've used this one before, so let's do this. I'm going to take off some of that. If you have brand new stamps and you're not getting a good image, take a sanding block or sandpaper, a nail file, and just give it a good scratch. It will help it give the rubber some tooth and hopefully give you a better image. My sister-in-law taught me that a long time ago, and it really does work. That turned out really great. Yes, if you are going on the Crafty Chicks cruise, please give me a shout out in the comments. I want to hear from you. What are you most looking forward to? Royal Caribbean changed our itinerary so that we are now going to Jamaica instead of to Haiti, which I'm totally fine with. I haven't been to either place. I'm just happy to see any new place, something new. I just am thrilled by that. Oh, I put that on the wrong side, this one. That's crazy. You're a goofball, Gracie. Okay, this one just says Paris. How cute is that? I have a girlfriend who desperately wants to go to Paris someday. I'm going to scratch it up because I think I just have better luck when I haven't used them before. It doesn't take long. Yep. We're just going to get a big pile out of this in no time. These ones are rather dark and kind of busy, so I think I better get a black for these. And for these, I'll use my white. So at this point, I think I'll use the white on the black. You need an opaque white is what you need when you are doing this. I got this. I don't want that. Pretty good. Pretty good, I should say. Okay, these I want something bigger. You know, this is just too small. I guess it just feels less daunting to me, and it definitely will be faster if you're pressed for time and you want to do this, to just have two colors. And I'll show you when we are like the next step that I do here to really amplify these. All right, I'm going to put these ones aside. They did come in a package, right? Yes, they did. And let's just do some big old numbers because that's what's coming up next in my stash of stamps that I put aside. This one, I could fit 2 numbers on each of these. This is really fun when you get to say, okay, like what number combination do I want to do? Let us do, well, it's 2025, so let's do a 25. I gotta go opposite direction. Put the 5 first and then the 2. And I do like when they are like hugging each other and kind of one is taller than the other or higher than the other. I do like the look of that. Yep. So let's do it. We need the white on this one too. And you can see I've used these before. They're a little bit janky, a little bit wonky. It's a good thing to me. I like a wonky positioning. Sometimes people prefer to go this direction, and it doesn't matter. I can see, at least this way, I can see how much ink is on there. Wipe off the overages, just so I don't get it on anywhere I don't mean to. And then let's do it. Oh, it's so fair. It's so fair. Look at how light it is. It's okay. We got this. We're going to do it again. We're going to do it on this other green one. Yes, we are. We're going to do 2 of these. These will be good for my daily journal, you know, because of the 25. I think I'll go this way with this one. Right in the middle. A little wonky. A little wonky on this guy. Coffee break. Cheers to you. They stuck together. That one's more vibrant. Yay. Yay. Okay. All right. Oof. This white is like a thick. Close to my heart, exclusive pigment pad. That's what that one is. Just in case anybody asks, which somebody may ask, where did you get that one? Find the nearest close to my heart dealer. Okay, done with the 25. Let's put that back. I wouldn't mind more numbers, but I do need bigger pieces of fabric. So let's go to that stash next. So I'm going to put you aside just for a second until I get to a stamp that's a little bit smaller. Let's go to these biggers. Oh, you're not big. Well, I guess you're long and skinny big, but still too small for what we're doing here. So I'm going to put you back with the long skinnies. Changed my mind on that one. Okay, here we go. This is a wonky piece, clearly. Let's make it less wonky. I think I'll go start doing some in the horizontal position. This is very wonky. Come on. I know you want to help me. Stick with these. Brights because they're just easier to do. And we're going to be doing brown ink on all of them. There we go. All right, let's find some stamps. Do I want a few more numbers? I think I'll put the numbers aside. And let's find some more variety here. Birds are amazing. These rubber stamps are not my favorite. They don't stick real well. Like they're supposed to stick to your block. They just don't. I find them rather difficult to they don't stay on their little acrylic page. And sometimes I have trouble getting them to stay in place. I'm going to flip this so I can see how much ink I get when I do this. See, one just fell off. They just fall. They just fall. I don't know why, but they do. Oh, see, it just fell right off of my block. I don't love these cling stamps from Finnabair, from Prima. I'm not a big fan. I mean, they work, but they're just more difficult to use. All right, I'm going to put this one away. These ones just kind of drive me a little batty. They drive me a bit batty. I'm going to get a new wipe because this one is already drying out. Yep, got some more. That's good. All right, see, they're already falling off. Daydreaming, that would be cute right there. Let's do it. Let's see if we can get it to go. We can get it to stick. Daydreamer. It won't stick. It just doesn't stick, which leaves you to doing this, which I think is just not ideal. I'm going to put it under the wing instead of over. Cute. Cute, cute. See, it's cute, but they're not fun to work with. Just saying. I'm just saying. It's my humble opinion. They fall off here. It just is really hard to keep them in place. Come on. Where were you? Let's put you here. But they are super cute. I'll give you that much, Finnabear. I don't know. He doesn't even fit. I mean, let's make room. All right, now watch. Let's see how many of these will stay in place. I'll even put this behind here to help me. They're already falling out. Oh, it's just, they're not fun to work with. Okay, let's see if we can do another one. I don't have many florals. Oh, this butterfly is fabulous. Let's do this. Are you going to stay in place when I... Yes, maybe. Let's do the butterfly. Didn't turn out too distinctive. It's okay. Anybody carving out some creative time today? Tell me in the comments what you're going to be working on today or this weekend, maybe. Or are you already working on something and you're going to finish it up? Please share. I'd love to hear from you and what you're working on. It's so good to hear from all of you. Okay, let's move on to, let's see what else I have here. I don't have a lot of florals, and I think they're just so universal. So let's grab onto these and do some of these. This is one of my favorites, actually, and I haven't used it in a while. They were, I think they're Black-Eyed Susans. I mean, that's what they remind me of. So let's do some Black-Eyed Susans. Which I don't know if that's what they really are. I'm a terrible, I'm not a botanist. I don't know what the names of anything are. So if you're out there and you know the name, shout it out in the comments. It's not my skill set. I do know they're very pretty though. Like, look at that. So pretty. Why did I whisper that? I don't know. Let's re-ink a little bit. All right, so see, this one did not, it's user error. I should have done more to get that to ink on better. So I'm going to show you what I do next for the sake of time. You can take something like a gel pen, not that one, I was reaching for this guy, or something like, this is a pigment liner, water-resistant pigment liner, and you can come in and like fortify what you got going on here. It's pretty easy to do. I mean, the image is already there. We're just adding to it. And I actually think, obviously these colors aren't lining up exactly, but I think it actually makes it more interesting and looks a little less, it looks more authentic to me. It's surprising how easy this comes together when you do it. This one you can hardly even see, so we're just gonna. My style oftentimes is pretty grunge in my books, my junk journals. You can come in with other colors, ladies, and do something different. Like, let's fill in the centers of all of these with this coppery brown. I love doing that. I just love it. So this, like this or this where it didn't turn out really, really dark and bold, why not come in? I don't need to match it exactly, and I don't need to do the whole thing, but I can come in with this gold. It's one of my favorite gel pens. I use it all the time in my gratitude journal, and just do the outline. It doesn't even have to be very detailed. Maybe I'll do the wing like that, and just easy, right? Let's do the eye, and maybe a little more sketchiness at the beak and at the head. I think, again, more authentic if the lines don't even always match up completely. So these lines weren't on the stamp. I'm just adding them on. See how much more bold that is than it was before? Here, this one really didn't turn out very bold, so I'm going to come in and do the same thing. This part's pretty dark. I probably don't even need to go down in there. The antenna. And then all the script in the middle, I think I'm just going to leave it. I mean, I could come in and sky's the limit, girls. Whatever you like to do. Let's look at some of the ones that I already did. Now these two with the white, I do have a white gel pen. I have several actually. Sometimes they don't, I store my gel pens like this, up, tip up instead of down so that they don't leak, because sometimes you do get leaking. So let's just see if this one's even gonna give me any ink yet. Yep, it is. Same thing. It's a white gel pen though. I don't even have to fill it all in. I mean, if you decide to try this out, bust out some stamps this weekend, pour a glass of wine, or in the morning a cup of tea or coffee, and it's just, for me, it's just a little bit of therapy. Thank you for joining me for my therapy session, and I've needed it this week. I really have. That one's just, it stopped with letting the ink out. Let's see if I can grab a different one. Yep, this one's working. So quiet, put some music on or a show that you want to watch, and just let your brain, I think music is better. Instrumental music, I usually ask for a relaxation station on Pandora, and just let the music go and let your mind go. And you'll get lost in the details of these lines, and a little half-hour break of stamping and then tracing these. It is really, really good for me to do this, and I would suggest you try it. It is really calming, and I always feel good that I've made something for my future projects that I can stash away. So that always feels good. And it's nothing too committal. I'm not doing a full-blown project. I don't have to do start to end planning and executing, a full project. It is just bits of, elements that I'm going to use in a future project. So that feels very relaxing too, because I don't have to commit to anything. We're just doing some stamping and embellishing on these. I'm going to add, these have like little dots all around it, so I'm going to add those back in. Oh my gosh, I love that. In fact, I'm going to add a little bit more white to this one. So I would suggest you try it if you have some time this weekend, particularly if you're like, a lot of times when I want to do something and I want to come to my craft room and I want to do some things, but it's overwhelming to me. I feel a little overwhelmed, and it makes me anxious to think about starting a whole new junk journal. And honestly, I don't even feel like thinking that hard where I'm going to decorate some junk journal pages. I just want to get in here and monkey around. And this, I call it tired crafting. I'm too tired to do something very major, but I do want to do something. So this is a good activity for a little craft therapy time. And that craft therapy is the name of my membership club. If anybody's interested, you let me know in the comments. I have a membership club and I go live in there several times a week. And we do fellowship games, creative challenges for prizes, bingo for prizes, all kinds of fun stuff, exchanges and swaps. And I love to just encourage the ladies, the members in the club, to create something pretty that brings your heart joy. That's really what I say. Create something pretty. It brings my heart joy, and it gave me a bit of relaxation while I was creating it, and that's the name of the game. As far as I'm concerned, that's what we're after. That's what we're after. So look at all that. Let me show you. I'm putting my pens away so they're off the table and out of your face. Let me clear a little space here so I can show you where we landed here. What do we got? What did we end up with? Let's see. Let's just lay out some of these. 1, 2. I don't know why the number, it is satisfying to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I love the variety of color. 11, 12, and pattern. 13. And these I had already made. So we made 13 of them. These I had already made, and then I did use pens to color these in a bit more. I love the bumblebee. And then I have some nautical or ocean themed. I had some stamps that were like shells and seahorses from IOD. All right, that's what I have for you today. I hope it inspires you or encourages you, even if you're tired, if you're feeling a little worn out. Take a little time for yourself. Do something creative. Make something pretty that brings your heart joy. And thanks for being here. God bless you. Bye.